Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that's really inspiring to me, and I hope that it is inspiring to you as well. And something that's very dear to me is making birthday cakes for my children and family members. And you know, this is kind of on my heart lately because I just came off of a birthday for the twins and made all these birthday cakes. And I thought to myself, you know, my mom always used to make birthday cakes for me growing up, and then I had this beautiful recipe from my grandma Irene for this chocolate type icing for on a cake that my father always talked about her making birthday cakes for him when he was growing up, and how he fondly talked about that into his adulthood. And what that made me think about is how special this type of memory is for the people that we care about and love when we put our love into creating birthday cakes. However, I think a lot of us feel like we're in way over our heads with making our own birthday cakes, and that's something we couldn't possibly do. But the reality is it's actually quite simple. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. And so I went through my archives of all the birthday cakes that I created for my children and my spouse and family members, and I wanted to just share some of those videos with you today, just to inspire you and give you some tips and encourage you on how you can create the most beautiful and perfect birthday cakes for your family members, because it's important and because they remember it, and it's special when you put your energy into it. And so I want to just inspire you with some images, show you some ideas, and I hope that you have fun creating your next birthday cake. It's going to be a lot of fun today, guys, so let's get started. In addition to showing you lots of images of birthday cakes today, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of really good tips and pointers to really elevate your birthday designs. And so my first tip you'll see on this first birthday cake is using round cake tins. And so this is going to be a really easy way to get that kind of store-bought, bakery-bought cake feel. So instead of using your sheet pan and leaving the cake in the sheet pan, go ahead and get yourself a couple of round cake tins. This is going to be something that you just stack up on each other on a nice round cake dish, and if you don't have a cake dish, you can even do it on a plate. Doesn't matter, but it's definitely going to elevate the look of your birthday cake. My first design is a airplane inspired cake for the little airplane lover of my family, Leo, and I went ahead and just stacked this one super high, as you can see, and alternated some different types of icing and some cake balls into the design, and created just clouds with those using chocolate. And so to incorporate chocolate, you can do that by just melting chocolate in a double boiler or in your microwave, doesn't matter. But I just drizzle that white chocolate over those cake balls stacked up to create these cloud-like effects. And then with the leftover cake balls, I actually took lots of toy airplanes. When the chocolate was still melting, I dipped the airplane into the chocolate so that when I had all those cake balls standing up in some styrofoam, they looked like little airplanes and helicopters flying around. And so that's a really cute idea for you. And especially if you have a birthday party, then it can be a little takeaway gift for the children. I then put an airplane on top of this cake with just those clouds and a little banner using some fondant. And fondant is a really nice way to add details to a cake because you can write on it. And so especially if your handwriting isn't good with piping, you can just take your edible markers, and write happy birthday on there or whatever you want to write, and it's going to look perfect. It's going to look amazing. So you can put little banners on your cakes that way. So this is how this turned out. He loved it. We adored it. It was just a special birthday party, and so a great memory for your little airplane lovers. Now this next tip is a really easy cake design. This is something simple for those who are maybe not into themed cakes, but something that's going to look really nice is actually this lattice effect on top of this birthday cake that I created with sprinkles. And again, I just did a nice round layered cake, but what I did was I took paper towel and I cut it into thin little 1-inch strips, and I laid it across the cake. And then the parts that were exposed to the icing, I just sprinkled, layered on there all of these colored sprinkles on top. And then I removed those strips of paper towel and changed the direction and put them crossways and did the same thing and added a different color, and it made a really pretty basket weave effect on top of this cake. And I think that it's something that's very simple but looks very elegant. So again, a very easy way to get a beautiful cake for your family members or loved ones. Now this was a fun birthday cake. My little one Luca, for his first birthday, was really into dinosaurs at that time, and so I started off with a sheet cake, and then I did a couple of round cakes that I put on top to create a volcano. And so you can do this just by layering up those cakes with some icing in between, and then just get out your knife and trim those round cakes into somewhat of a pyramid shape, and then you're going to create that volcano. And now the magic comes just by adding in that colored icing. I created a chocolate icing for the volcano. And added in also some fun details with some rocks, some edible rocks that I got from Hobby Lobby, and some of the palm trees and the dinosaur figurines added into the cake are really what set the scene and make it look like a dinosaur cake. I also created a little miniature smash cake to go with that, and that was a really cute idea because I created a little nest, basically a little dinosaur nest with a big dinosaur egg in it, so it was very cute. That dinosaur egg you put in water and a dinosaur will grow out of it afterwards, so that was fun, and just a really cute way to kind of complement that cake with a smash cake for one-year-old birthday parties. And if you're not into making large themed birthday cakes for a one-year-old, I also have an idea for you for making just the number 1 or any number, and that's a fun cake pan that you can get from any, decorating store like Michael's. I actually got mine from Aldi's at some point, and what this is you actually bake the cake in a number shape, and the pan just, you can put little inserts in to get whatever number you want. And so that's a really fun way to get a decorative cake for children. And what I did special with this cake is I used glaze on the side to make it look like melted candle wax off the side, and that really added a level of festivity to this kind of basic cake. And so adding these small little details can really make your cake feel festive and elevate them to feel a little bit more professional. And just that touch I think is exactly what it needed, and I hope that you guys agree. Now, speaking of icing, I want to give you a little clip of something kind of funny. I want to tell you, first of all, that icing is pretty important to get the right consistency and the right temperature when you're making your own homemade icing. I'm going to pop up a recipe here for my special icing, and this is really something I got from my mom. She makes the most amazing cakes and the most amazing icing, but I had to modify it slightly because my children are all sensitive to milk, and so I have to use the sweetened condensed coconut version and also oat milk, but it makes just a beautiful and smooth icing. It's just the same. But what I want to tell you when you're making icing is both almond extract and vanilla extract are really nice to add to that, but add in a clear vanilla extract and try to keep your icing on the cool side, so you don't want it to melt too much. And so if you put icing that you've thinned down too much on a warm cake, what's going to happen is half of it's going to fall off. And I included this funny picture in this series because I want you to know that this happens to every novice, that if you try to decorate a warm cake with warm icing, well, you're going to get problems. So this cake unfortunately was not really salvageable at this point. point. The whole side fell off and it was just a big funny mess. So the icing consistency, do keep it on a little bit of the thicker side because you can always thin it out if it's too difficult to spread or pipe on. But having it on the thin side can be difficult in getting that nice appearance that you're looking for. You can see on this blue birthday cake, it's just way too thin. It's all melting down together. And so unfortunately, at a certain point, it's not super salvageable. So that's one good tip to keep in mind. And just if you follow these instructions, it should be pretty close to the right consistency, almost perfect for you. You can always beef it up with a little bit more powdered sugar, but you don't want it to become too sweet as well, and it can get a little bit glazy. So pop that in your refrigerator and keep your icing cool while you're working with it. I also wanted to include a shot of this sweet little Easter birthday cake. I just thought it was so cute. You know what I did, guys? I just made a small little cake that I have a layered cake tin, and I put that on top and I just rounded it off a little bit, put little feet on that, and it looks like an upside down little bunny butt. It's so cute for the Easter holiday. My birthday is around Easter, my husband's birthday is around Easter, so inevitably somebody's always having an Easter birthday, so this is a really cute idea for you. And lastly, I also have this really simple technique where when you stack up your cakes, just put a really large dollop of icing on top, and then I just created this really organic swirl with my icing blade, and it created a really pretty texture, and I put a strawberry on there just to keep it simple for a little bit more of a masculine cake. And then of course my children came in, they wanted to decorate it more, so it did get sprinkles in the end, but either way that you would like to do this, it's just a beautiful cake, a beautiful technique, and keeping it simple and elegant is also a nice way to decorate a cake, and something certainly you can do too. So guys, I hope that those cakes inspired you. I have definitely a couple more that I want to share with you in a part 2 episode, and I really hope that you can be encouraged to try and bake your own cake next time. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite today, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.